Oh my god! You guys, you're not gonna believe it! Marvel's doing another big epic crossover event! I know, I'm excited too! And we got all the details here, and stay tuned at the end when I go over what I have some predictions about what I think this event's gonna be in terms of quality. So let's get into it, I guess. But before we get into that any further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our Patreon page in the video description below. Now, Empyre's earliest issues are coming out this year in April. Al Ewing and Dan Slott will be writing this story, with art by Valerio Schiti and plenty of others, including R.B. Sylvia, Pepe Larraz, and Jim Cheung. The majority of this story will revolve around the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, a telling move that reflects the changing dynamics behind the scenes as the latter team once again returns to the front and center of Marvel's storytelling. Now that they have the movie rights again. Marvel has said our heroes will be going up against the Kree and the Skrull, with deliberate references to older Marvel stories and the fact that these were the traditional enemies of the Avengers and Fantastic Four respectively. Swordsman, an often overlooked Avengers character, and his history also plays some sort of major part in this event. There is also pretty clear references to the first big crossover event Marvel ever did, the Kree-Skrull War. The Young Avengers and their member Hulkling, a Kree-Skrull hybrid, will be heavily featured in this upcoming story too. Hulkling has apparently become the Emperor of a unified Kree-Skrull alliance, the existence of said alliance almost certainly meaning bad news for Earth one way or the other. Hulkling gets his own tie-in comic coming in April, which suggests in spite of his powerful position, he may be sidelined for whatever is going on with the Kree and the Skrull, and likely has to deal with politics beyond his own loyalties to Earth and the Young Avengers. The cover for the first Avengers Empyre comic shows Hulkling fighting with the Avengers, so we will have to see what he ends up doing in this story, but suffice to say his role should be interesting. That comic is coming with a Fantastic Four issue, both number 0 entries that will set up what is to come in the rest of Empyre. It seems like each number 0 issue details the beginnings of the Empyre event, likely some sort of invasion or conflict with the Kree or Skrulls, although I'm hoping it's not a traditional invasion like we've seen in a bunch of other storylines, especially in Marvel crossovers. I'd rather them being pulled into some sort of larger galactic political goings-on or something like that. The Avengers initially seem to come into conflict with the Kree in somewhere called the Green Area of the Moon, while the Fantastic Four seem to be facing the Skrulls, followed by them apparently getting a preview of the event's ending, followed by them meeting a previously unknown Elder of the Universe named the Profiteer. The Elders being a bunch of powerful cosmic beings in the Marvel Universe. Many of you might recognize ones such as the Collector or the Grandmaster, who have both appeared in the MCU.
The Grandmaster was the only one who answered my Craigslist ad.
Imagine that.
I am pretty optimistic about this story overall. Snark about Marvel and DC's endless parade of these stupid crossovers aside, Empyre also seems interesting in the way that it draws upon Marvel stories both new and old. I'm really curious where all of that plays out, because it is pretty cool to pair the Avengers with their classic enemy the Kree, and the Fantastic Four with their classic enemy the Skrulls, giving these two teams an event together, and deliberately sending up the first major Marvel crossover event, the Kree-Skrull War. And also bringing in Swordsman and the story that I really can't make heads or tails of in terms of how it's related to all of this. So I'm very curious what the plan is. Dan Slott, I've had issues with before, but I really like Al Ewing's writing. I don't know if I've read a comic by him that I haven't enjoyed, so I'm pretty excited for this event overall. You look at War of the Realms, Absolute Carnage, and House of X, Marvel's been doing pretty good with these events, enough that I am not dreading this one. So that says something. It says a lot, really, given how I was feeling even like 2 years ago about these Marvel events. It's amazing how much stuff can change in such a short period of time, but the same can be said for DC. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.